in your spirit, what you hearing, kid, you winning. Spread it around to your friends, catch the feeling. If it's real, then reveal it. Show the world how you shine through your potential. From the classrooms to living presidential. Everything is mental. Whatever the mind can
Well, I like this. You passed the test, young man. You passed the test.
Are you going to give me a chocolate patch now? How does that work?
Shut up. That's so stupid.
Is the experience.
I got a million of them, man. I can do this all day.
He is for the purpose so that people know your name. What you do. What you do. What you do. What you do.
I have like baby mamas on me anywhere.
No, you good. You good, baby. You
Is
good.
for the talent that'll help you earn your wealth. E is the experience to put you in the game. P is for the purpose so that people know your name.
There will be times in your life when you need to step up to the challenge, face adversity, and step up to the responsibility of taking your life in your own hands.
Use the self-discipline. Learning's very interesting. It's time in life important, so you gotta know the differences. Your talent is a superpower, but you gotta practice, right? That'll knock you out. Gotta stay away from kryptonite. Experience will teach you what to use for what you learn from life.
I don't want to. I'm like, you the dude.
I don't want to harsh skid, man. I don't want to harsh
Rule the
skid.
world and be successful in the game, then make it plain. If it's real, then reveal it. Show the world how you shine is essential. From the classrooms to living presidential. But everything is mental. Whatever the mind conceives in the
That's what he does. I'm like, that's what he's about to talk about right now.
Yes. Gotta have the discipline to learn to do yourself. T is for the talent that'll help you earn your wealth. E is the experience to put you in the game. And P is for the purpose so that people know your name. What you do. What you do. What you do. What you do. Yes. Gotta have the discipline to learn to do for self. T is for the talent that'll help you earn your wealth. E is the experience to put you in the game. P is for the purpose so that people know your name.
Invest time in yourself, in your passion, in your purpose. Use that foundation, build on it, step up to greatness. Unleash your potential.
Step Up Radio, Step Up Radio, Step Up Radio. Self-discipline, talent, experience, and purpose will unleash your potential. I am your host, Nolan Davis. Every day there's a theme. So Monday is Motivational Mondays. Tuesdays is Transformational Tuesdays. And today is Wealth Building Wednesdays. Now, here's the thing about Wealth Building Wednesdays today. The thing about Wealth Building Wednesdays is literally, we are building wealth from here to New York. Now, I know you're thinking, how are you building wealth from here to New York? Well, I just got a brand new co-host the past couple of weeks. Her name is Sharita Humphreys, and she literally is in New York right now. And tonight, she's going to be doing Wealth Wednesdays with Angela Yee and Stacy Tinsdale. Now, Angela is on The Breakfast Club, if you know anything about that, right there in New York, and Sharita was on The Breakfast Club. Now, I'm proud to say that Sharita literally is one of the geniuses in the financial industry that I was able to get on my show every Wednesday for Wealth Building Wednesdays. So big shout out to Sharita. We miss you here this Wednesday. She's a plethora of knowledge. She literally has a network of people that are doing big things. She has this big thing that she's launching with Google, and I'm going to let her tell you that. I don't want to take that away. But I mean, it's literally a situation of listening to this show, getting the gems that you need, but also the face-to-face experience of getting with us, being in the room and linking you to the people that you need to link to. So I want to give a big shout out to Sharita. She was a little bit nervous about the trip out there going. She felt like it was real big for her, and it was real big for her, but you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So I was like, you absolutely have to go. She was like, never done something like this on a big platform like this, but this is just the first step. So I tip my hat to Miss Sharita Humphreys. Look forward to her coming back next week. Tonight, if you go on Facebook, you can watch Wealth Wednesdays with Angela Yee and Stacy Tinsdale, and you literally can find it. You can look it up on Instagram and you can look it up on Facebook. And for our time right here, Central Time, is coming on at 6 p.m. So definitely wanted to put that out there. Right now, in the hot seat, in the chair of the guest, is really not a guest to me. He's an old friend of mine. We were just sitting here talking, been knowing him for about 5 years now. And I love taking ownership of being the first person to call him the celebrity photographer, right? Yeah. So when he was just out there saying, hey, I take great pictures, I looked at those pictures and I was like, this is definitely celebrity status. Now, right here in the studio, the way that we give it up, we like to give a finger snap. So, ladies and gentlemen, give a finger snap for Matthew Kelly from Future Photography, and that's Future with a PH. How are you, Matthew?
Oh, man, I can't complain.
Hey, you know what? You've done a lot of different things, and I love the fact that you took photography to a whole nother level. And what I mean by that is that I know people say that that sounds crazy, but there's so many photographers out there. It's so many people that say that they just do it for a hobby. But you got books, you've done eclipses, you've done all types of things on a whole nother level, hence the phrase celebrity photographer.
That's correct, yes, sir.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so tell us a little bit about what you do and your background and how did you fall into this?
I don't know. I guess I kind of didn't fall into it. I guess I was born into it. I'm a fourth generation photographer. So my great-grandparents were photographers, my grandparents, my dad, and all my aunts and uncles. So they call it the Kelly necklace in my family. So Christmas, Thanksgiving, you show up at the house and there's like 6 cameras on a table somewhere.
Right, right.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
Right, so when you say fourth generation photographer, that just sounds like you could take good ass pictures. You know what I mean? Like that just doesn't sound like these are just average run of the mill everyday pictures. Right. So fourth generation. So what really made this? It's one thing to grow into something, right? Your family does it, whatever the case may be, but you literally have not just the eye but the passion for it. Because there's some people that, you know, they're fourth generation cooks and they make some good ass cakes, right? So, but they don't want to do it every day for the rest of their life. No. So how did you really just feel like this is definitely your passion and your calling?
Well, that's the thing. You have to keep it a passion, because if you don't, and I've told my wife that whenever I do this on the side for weddings or whatever it is that I do when I get paid, is the minute it feels like work, I'm done, quit. Right. And so I keep it interesting and I like to have fun with it, but the thing that makes it so passionate for me is like any event I shoot. It could be a wedding, it could be an event, it doesn't matter what it is. It could be a picture of a baseball field. Like recently, World Series Game 7, I took this picture of this kid that I initially wasn't going to take. And we had just lost, and he was just leaning on the dugout next to, I don't know if it was his cousin or his brother or his friend or whatever, but this kid was just destroyed. You know, he was watching Washington celebrate, lift up the trophy and everything. He had these tears coming down. He had this little Astros bandana. I was like, damn, that's exactly how I feel right now. And I didn't want to be, rude or intrusive or anything. I'm like, you know what? I'm here as a journalist, photographer. I'm taking this picture. I leaned over the dugout, and it captured this moment at this game that I think everybody there could relate to. We had this amazing season. Yes. And it just, for real, you know.
Well, they did have an advantage. So when you look at the national franchise of Walgreens, they have Walgreens everywhere. So they had so many people to pull from to get some of the best players in the world, as Walgreens is big as hell. So I don't know if you've seen the W, but there's nobody, and it says national on there. They're the national franchise of Walgreens. So we did lose to Walgreens. And
the
so
memes
we
for that
were
fantastic.
Right. So we literally lost to Walgreens, and so we were a little depleted at the time. Yeah, absolutely. So you captured that moment, and they say a picture's worth 1,000 words.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And there were so many people that commented on that photo that just could ultimately relate to that moment. You know? So there was that, and if I take a photo, and I learned this a long time ago in high school, that I mean, it may mean one thing to me when I take it, but to somebody else, it could be completely different.
Yes.
It could bring back a certain time in their life, or how something smells. It's like that first day of winter when Houston winter, when you walk out and the air smells a certain way, and you're just like, okay, it's not fall anymore. You know, there's that smell that's in the air. At least for me, there's that. And
when was fall? I'm just asking.
Fall's right now. It's that sweet spot.
It's hot as hell out right now.
No, yeah, I know, but see, we have
I
that.
mean, the AC is on 68. You see, I'm just asking. I'm from Chicago, so I'm like.
Well, the leaves are technically changing on some trees out here, but fall and spring for Houston at least is like that 3-week sweet spot we get in the year where it's just gorgeous. It could be 60 one day, it could be 70 one day, and then there could be one of those days of sneaking in where it's like 85. It's like Jesus. You know? So that's spring and fall to me. But winter's like that week-long stint where it fluctuates between 50 and 30, and it's just miserable. And it never snows. You never get any satisfaction.
He's telling me about 30 as a low. It was 60 below zero in Chicago. They were comparing Chicago to the tundra, right?
I believe it.
Right, absolutely.
I've seen some of those photos out there where they've got like the parts of Lake Michigan are frozen over, and it's like there's icicles like leaning sideways that are like this thick. So I love extreme conditions photography, and that's one of the things I really appreciate about what I do. Like I went out to Colorado a couple of years ago and literally stood under this frozen waterfall that actually I had to lay under it because I shot up into the flutes that had formed. My wife got so mad. She's like, "That could crush your whole face." It's like, I mean, it's not going anywhere, baby.
You say that until your face is crushed.
So. Well, I won't be saying much after that. So.
All right, so you literally put a book together of New York photography. Tell us a little bit about that.
There was this trip I went out on a whim with a photographer friend that I traveled with named Gabe. He's an immigrant that just finalized his citizenship from Italy, but we became impromptu photo buddies, and every time he goes on a trip or I go on a trip and we think, hey, it'd be nice if I didn't go alone, I'll call him and be like, hey, you got some time to go? He's like, yeah, sure, let's do it. So we buddied up and we palled around New York for about 3 days, and we went specifically because I had a client who had told me, look, if you have a chance to get New York City Central Park Mall in with snow, I want it. That's what I want.
Right.
And there was a system blowing in that was, had the potential to turn into a nor'easter for them. And so I was like, hey, let's go. And so we booked our flights 2 days before, got there, and sure enough, on Saturday, as we were walking into Central Park from Columbus Circle, it started snowing. And then by the time we got to the Central Park Mall, it had already stuck to benches, it was in my hair, it was coming down pretty good, and I got that one photo that she wanted, plus a slew of others that just were amazing. And every day, we started at about 9 o'clock from the Jersey side of the Hudson, and we were out until 2 o'clock every night, and it almost always ended at the Brooklyn Bridge, some form of being on the Brooklyn Bridge.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah, so it was a really good moment. In fact, another crazy thing that happened on that trip was there was this couple at Bethesda Fountain. That's one of the most famous fountains in New York City Central Park, and they got a scene from John Wick shot there, and there's plenty of movies that have featured that fountain. And I was waiting for this couple to move because there's not a lot of people out because it was cold and snowing, and they were, you know, right at the edge of this fountain, and I'm just like, geez, man, would you get out of my way so I can shoot this audience?
Right.
And all of a sudden, and I'm metered for the top of the fountain, you know, because it's backlit and everything. And then the dude gets down on one knee, so I'm like frantically trying to change my settings to meter for them. And I got this shot of this dude proposing to this lady, at, like right there at the fountain. The snow's like coming down, and he's on one knee, and she's like looking at him. It's crazy. And I still talk to Victoria to this day, and she tells me still, they're married now. She still tells me people don't believe that shot happened completely on accident. They think that, you know, oh no, you had to hire somebody or whatever.
Dude, I would have ran down there and charged them $6,000 for a shot. Like, you wasn't smart enough, young man, to have a photographer out here, and I'm a celebrity photographer. $6,000 is what the price would have been.
And you know what? When it comes down to it at the end of the day, I think that's where the passion comes in. You know, I could have probably really capitalized on that moment, but this was just something that was actually really, I felt, gifted to me. Like that's an amazing story for me, and in a moment that I won't ever forget. And, you know, it's when you're a part of something like that, it just almost feels wrong to charge money for it. You know, so I don't want to be that guy just like, yeah, that guy's a tool. He just you know, I'm not that guy.
Yeah, I can take $6,000. I'm just telling you. So look, so we have the Guinness World Record event coming.
Yep.
January 18th.
That's right.
Right. Are you going to be one of the photographers there?
I hope I will be the photographer there.
We at 10 different locations.
I can make 10 different locations. I can stay out for 24 hours. What part of extreme conditions did you miss? Did you miss the extreme conditions?
So here's the thing. The way that we're doing it, I'm taking down the Guinness Book of World Records for the most performed live speeches in multiple cities in 24 hours. Right? Which means that there's a lot of different events that will be starting and finishing with me not being there. But there's going to be 10 different speakers at each location. Right? So we're going to keep it going. So we have 100 speakers. It's going to be 10 vendors at each location. It's going to be 100 vendors, right? And each place has to have at least 300 people. So we're literally looking at minimum 3,200 people, right? And I'm giving $10,000 away to sow into a business, and everybody who participates, from speakers to attendees to vendors, everybody actually has a chance to win the $10,000. And I'm giving you the $10,000 cash. None of that big ass check situation. So here's the thing.
So is it going to be like stacks, or is it going to be like $1 bills in a suitcase?
No, it's probably going to be $1 bills in a suitcase, right? So I'm going to have some big muscle dudes bring out the suitcase and escort you to your car. After that, it's in God's hands. It's in God's hands. We're streaming the whole thing live, so if somebody knows you, see that you got 10 cash on you, hey, I don't know what that is. It's a different situation.
I might have to have some guys on reserve if that's the case.
Hey, I'm just trying to tell you, but everybody has the opportunity. So if you have a business idea, if you want to expand your business, sow into your business, a nonprofit, you too could win the $10,000.
Sweet.
So it's literally going to be, and people don't really understand. They think, hey, it's a Guinness World Record event. Like, when we're done, they're going to do the Will Smith clap of Pursuit of Happiness. Like, that was great. That's literally the beginning of the tipping point to where the ripple effect is going to, it's going to be amazing.
That's awesome.
So I definitely want you to be a part of that. Now, you're redoing your website right now, right?
Yeah, I'm. The current page has always just been a landing page with some galleries on it, and I kind of figured that it's time to take the next step in that. I've kind of re-immersed myself into kind of the HTML web type world at the job I do during the day, and that's kind of, I'm like, well, I should be doing this on my own stuff too.
Yes.
So, you know, I've really taken a deep dive into that and overturned all kinds of stones in both places, in my business and at work. So it's been interesting finding out about Google Analytics and everything. Once you get that access and you do the comparisons, it turns scary real fast.
Yes, absolutely.
Real fast.
Absolutely. So if somebody wanted to contact you, look at your work, because I'm thinking you got an Instagram, right?
Oh yeah, I got all kinds of social media.
Yeah, let's get some of the following stuff out of the way. Let's go ahead. What you got?
It's all pretty straightforward. I got at Future Photography. That's all one word, of course. At Future Photography, both on Facebook.
PH though.
PHUTURE
Yes.
Photography, and then that's on Instagram, and then Facebook is the same thing. Facebook.com/Future Photography, and on Twitter it's at Future Pics. PHUTUREPIT or PIX.
Okay, at Future Pics. Okay,
Yep.
all right, and then you actually sell some of your work on like this glass or like this. It's so fancy. I don't even know what it is. It's not glass,
metal.
but it's metal. Okay.
It's metal, yeah. It's an aluminum sheet that comes highly polished, highly glossed, and it does look really, really good.
It does.
It does. I've gotten a couple prints ordered for a customer, and then I've looked at it and was like, man, I kind of want to sell that.
Right.
You know,
You know what? Here's what we can do. Now you can put certain things on there from a Photoshop standpoint,
Oh
correct?
yeah, absolutely.
Right. Here's what we need to do.
Oh man.
Here
Here it is.
This is how everything happens, baby. I brainstorm live right here at the studios of Kcoh TV,
Oh
the
my
Boost.
God.
So look, so here's the thing. I'm gonna have 100 speakers.
Gotcha.
So my speakers are literally helping me launch like my own type of TED Talk. But my TED Talk is called Next Up. So we have Up Social Network.
Gotcha.
This is Step Up Radio. We have Step Up Business Magazine coming at the beginning of 2020. And then our speakers are coming up on Next Up, right? So I'm gonna have 100 speakers. I would love to be able to take a picture of each one of those speakers, put like a Next Up, the logo Next Up there, and then print it on the metal and sell it to them.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
That would be hot.
Oh yeah.
Because I definitely want some of those on the metal,
Oh,
especially
man,
with the Guinness. When
Oh,
I get
yeah.
the and I'm still only scratching the surface because I can't even give you guys everything right now. So I'm only telling you about the 10 grand. I'm only telling you about the Next Up. I'm only telling you about the 100 speakers when I tell you the rest of it.
You know, you and I need to go out to lunch or something.
No, I'm not
Sorry.
telling you. So
Trey knows. I know Trey knows. Trey knows.
Oh, Trey knows everything. No,
Trey, we're
nothing.
going to lunch, man.
Hey, look, when I tell you my knee-jerk reaction is as soon as I get an idea, I pick up the phone and call Trey, and I'll be like, imagine this, right? So that's what I call Trey all day. But if people wanted to hire you for an event, you know, a wedding, something big as the Guinness, a business event, whatever the case may be, how can they contact you, sir?
Oh, man. There's a couple different ways. You can email me at matt@futurepics.com, or you can check me out on Facebook. The Future Photography page actually has a booking button on there where you can actually book a session with me. And then you can give me a call at 832-496-5975, and I'd be more than happy to take your call. Now,
Yep.
you may go to voicemail, or I may answer the phone, Harris County Fraud Department. Just ignore that, because
Oh.
that's for the bots and spammers.
Oh, got
You answer Harris County Fraud Department, it's usually click.
Right. So that's genius, by the way. So here's the thing. We're streaming right now on Up Social Live on Facebook. If you're listening right now, you could literally see some of his photo. Oh, you didn't bring it. Okay, no problem.
Oh, I
We're
got
on.
it. I got it.
You got you.
Oh, I got a picture in New York that's killer, man.
Oh, let me
From my
see.
last trip.
Let me see. Pull it out.
This is.
I'm sitting here trying to give you a hard time, and you got it. Why
Oh,
didn't
I
you
got
pull it out already?
I'm gonna let that one go. You get one. You get one.
Oh, you got the new Surface.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
This
hot.
This is one of the best, and I don't generally gush on Microsoft, but as far as hardware goes, this is probably the finest piece of hardware I think I've ever owned in my life.
Really?
From the photography standpoint, it's fantastic. I take photos for my customers, and then I do this. Here, go ahead and check out your photography real quick while I do this
Right.
other stuff.
Right.
And they get this 15-inch tablet that is got a high resolution, almost 4K screen on it, and they're like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. So.
All right, let's see what we got. Oh wow.
That is Grand Central Terminal.
Let me see if I can get the camera to see this with all the new microphones. There we go. Boom. You can see what we're doing right now, Up Social Live, right there on Facebook. And that's at a cathedral or something?
No. This is New York City's Grand Central Terminal.
Oh, Grand Central Terminal. Got you.
Yeah.
I'm going to pass this around to
It's
the
in the
people
heart
in
of
the
the city.
studio.
Yeah.
So some of the people can see it right then and there.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Hey,
And
anything
you can even swipe through those if you want to see the rest of everything. Yeah, there's
All right. Anything you want to say before we go?
Man. You know, I always thought and at the end of the day with the kids and the fevers and everything, I was just like,
Well, our interviews is pretty much off the cuff, so it's just really who you right. It's really who you are.
And that's
If you suck in real life, it's gonna come out in my interview. Luckily, you don't suck, right? So
I hope not.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, man.
Hey, everybody give it up for Matthew Kelly. Hey, I appreciate you right here on Step Up Radio. Self-discipline, talent, experience, and purpose will unleash your potential. We're live in the legendary studios of Kcoh TV, The Boost. When we come back, we're talking about a picture is worth 1,000 words. When we come back, we're going to be talking to a wordsmith right here in Houston. Hey, Trey, hit him with a little something. All right, cool.
Nice.
That is awesome. Boy, you talk about a sales piece.
Oh yeah, that's look at this one.
Yeah,
that one.
The difference, you know, the same picture in black and white. You didn't take two pictures. You just took color out of
Right.
color.
I dropped the color out.
Yeah.
He's talking about the subway. I love doing subway shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, that subway.
It puts a whole different flavor on it. I mean, it's like two totally different.
Like you were made just for me.
Yeah.
I need you to take one of me like that. Like, I need to be this dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, try not to slump over with it.
Oh no. I'm like, what is that? Like,
he's got a boot on. Yeah.
I like this picture right here too.
Yeah, me too.
I like that.
There's some crazy stuff down there. You know what was really cool though? I'll show it to you on my phone later. But, there was this cat in Times Square while I was there that was driving in a DeLorean. He was driving it, but this dude had outfitted it with all the Back to the Future stuff.
Yeah.
So it literally looked like the time machine from Back to the Future.
Oh, that's hot.
It was wild, man.
That's hot.
It was so wild.
When you're not here, you don't know how much I miss you. The whole time on my mind is how much I'm gonna get to replace. You feel so good that you know.
They can listen on Facebook. We'll have to also see it from KCOHradio.com. And then we actually have 300 downloads for the app. Okay, so people listen to the app every day.
I don't wanna waste no time. Girl, if I had to choose,
Yeah, okay, so
The dude was dressed like Doc Brown too, man. That was a killer.
don't you know?
Yeah, it was like they did a great job on it.
Alright, so what you say, Heidi?
You said you thought about maybe the wordsmith first. We can look at that one.
That ain't not right.
Just have a seat, man. It's all right.
I mean, you know, I ain't gonna pick your brain on all the specifics, but we gotta have lunch for real. If you're not too busy, I know that's not good. But we live like 2 blocks from each other, so
Exactly.
yeah.
I literally get jogged to the HG. Literally. So we need to hook up, man. Have a good one, brother.
All right, you guys take it easy, Trey.
Talk to you later,
Good to see you, man.
Hope the kid's okay.
Yes, sir.
You for hire for photography too?
Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir.
Or with you, or I can get in touch with you through no.
I can text you. Yes, it's better.
You mellowed.
Cause I got digital.
You mellowed.
Okay.
There and I like all types of music.
Well, no. I'm just your overall demeanor. You've gone down a gear. You're smooth.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
142-0.
We haven't been eyeball to eyeball.
Oh my
Well,
goodness.
about a year ago.
Wow.
Yes. Party for you.
I think it's
Text me your first and last name.
Okay,
depends on where.
All right.
Have a good one.
Congratulations on
Thank
that.
you, thank you.
Very
This
cool.
is a different platform.
Well, I remember when you was interviewed.
Did you save it?
On your.
I got it.
I'm social.
Yeah.
Right, that's a different platform. Right, that's what I mean.
Uh,
17 seconds.
Let's get it. We got Kcoh TV, The Boost. This is Step Up Radio. Today is Wealth Building Wednesdays. And so, you know, I literally like to look at people, their passion, their purpose, and seeing how they get paid for it, right? I feel like that's one of the best ways that you literally can build wealth. And as we go from one to the other, we're looking at a picture is worth 1,000 words. And I got a dude here that probably is going to give us 1,000,000 words. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Hyatt Ives. Hyatt, how are you, sir?
Absolutely fantastic, Nolan.
All right, all right. So you literally hang your hat every day on being a wordsmith. Tell us what you do.
Well, I like to write. I was in a boarding school in England when my father was in the military.
Mm-hmm.
And they had an essay contest every year, and always the top grade kid won, except the year I was there, and I was an underclassman, and they recognized me as the best writer in the entire school, as a 7th grader.
Okay.
So it took me a few years to realize that, well, if the British Jesuits can see that, maybe I ought to hone that. So I have one of my first mentors here in Houston, in the business world, said, write me a letter, and that was going to go to somebody that we both knew. And I wrote it, and I'd rewrite it, and rewrite it, and rewrite it. And finally I said, Bill, you'll let me sign it for as much work as I put into it? And he said, no. The more you can get somebody else to put their name against something you've written, the more valuable you are to them. So I honed that skill, and I've written letters for chairman of the board of Exxon, for the CEO of Cameron Ironworks, and so on and so on. And I then said, okay, people fail to use the English language properly. So I put together a book called That Ain't Not Right, The Use and Abuse of the English Language.
Okay.
And published that a couple of years ago. And have fun with that. I really do. In fact, there's going to be volume 2, because every week I put out That Ain't Not Right email, MailChimp email. It goes out every Tuesday morning.
Right, so you putting out a volume 2, you're like, since the first one came out, people are speaking worse. Like, it's getting worse and worse out there.
Well, this was, the genesis of this was a keynote address in mid-October of 2016 at a networking group. A mutual friend of ours, you probably know Ronnie Wilshire. Okay, Ronnie said, Hyatt, you need to capitalize on that. Put together a list of 50 people, and we're going to go get you a MailChimp account, and you're going to start publishing for weekly missing. Well, that first one in mid-October went out to 50 people. The one that went out yesterday went out to 747 people.
Got you.
And it keeps growing.
Okay.
And so this book is 2 years old now, and I've covered some whole new areas that weren't even under consideration back when I did this.
Okay.
So
what are some of the things that you tackle in this book?
Well, the use of tense. Present tense always works better. I could say, I graduated from college in year, or I graduated from X university in year, past tense. Or I could say, as a proud graduate of X university, I now do the following. How many of us have said, oh, I did this, and I did this, and I did this, and I worked for them, and I worked for them. With the expertise that I got from Company X, Company Y, Company Z, I now have the ability to do this.
Right. So I could say, as a Guinness World Record holder,
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got
Rather than, I won my Guinness World
Well, I broke
Record
the
in
Guinness
part
World.
3.
Right, exactly.
And, that's past tense. But as a Guinness World, one of the things with my new book, this is going out over Thanksgiving weekend.
Okay.
And we're going to have a team of people looking at it, buying it, Black Friday, and I want to be the top of my category for, all I have to do is 5 minutes. And when that happens, I then become an Amazon best-selling author.
Got you.
Yeah.
Now, what is the new book?
The new book is, as you well know, what I do is business-to-business marketing, and I specialize in business-to-business trade show marketing. I help companies, I have a guarantee. Trade show leads guaranteed. Anybody that uses my tools and techniques at any trade show is guaranteed, and there it is guaranteed,
Right.
qualified leads. And this book is called 88 Successful Event Strategies, and it talks about the tips and tools pre-show, at show, post-show.
Okay. And so this is for anybody who's looking to do an expo type deal, just the show within itself. It says where it all begins, what are you showing, show choice, this is how it's broken up, the audience, what the audience wants, booth size, booth message, budget, cost reduction, giveaways, pre-show promo, at the show, show moving, you get everything on there.
Yeah,
Huh?
it's divided into pre-show, at show, and post-show. And these are all little tidbits. As an example, booth size. Most of you have been, many of our audiences,
10 by 10.
Is 10 by 10 in a hotel ballroom, or even in the larger shows, they're still 10 by 10. That's the predominant size booth. Well, a 10 by 10 end cap booth at the end of the aisle, 10 by 10 end cap is perceived by the audience to be 40% larger than its in-line counterpart. So all of those 10 by 10 booths that are next to each other, you get that one at the very end of the aisle, it's perceived to be 40% larger. Now, that's why a lot of shows will charge you 5–10% more. They're not going to charge you 40% more for it,
Right.
but for the 5 or 10% up charge for that corner booth, it's far, it's the most valuable investment you can make. Along the same lines, a 10 by 20 booth, two 10 by 10s right next to a 10 by 10 booth, is 4 times as rememberable as a 10 by 10.
Got you.
So if you can afford a 10 by 20, you're going to come off as 4 times as rememberable as any of the 10 by 10s.
Now, where do you get all your stats from?
There is the organization CEIR, Center for Exhibit Excellence or something. There are industry associations and industry landmarks that you can get statistics like that from.
Got you. Okay, all right. So we got 88 successful event strategies, and that ain't not right. The use and abuse of the English language. Now, how long have you been in the trade show industry?
About 4 decades.
40 years.
Yeah.
So what? Well, like, do you think you're ever retiring at any point? Because when most people say I've been doing something for 40 years, like literally I'm 46 years old. Like, that's crazy. Right? So you've been doing it since I've been in kindergarten, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Right.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right. So what, where's the passion come from that you're still going?
It's helping people get more out of what they're doing. It's helping others succeed. And that trade show lead guarantee, is through the use of open-ended questions. I love to formulate open-ended questions for people. And it's who, what, when, where, and how questions. So picture yourself walking by a booth and you're looking at the backdrop and everything, and most people most people that are staffing a booth will say, you know, "Hi Nolan, how's it going? How's the show doing for you?" Not my booth. It's Nolan. Who in your operation uses this product? How did you use this service in your company? When was the last time you used this? Where does this fit in with your operation? It's an open-ended question that requires you, the
To give
listener,
some type of answer.
to either qualify or disqualify yourself.
Right.
And many of us have been in situations where we start talking to somebody and we realize too late that they're totally disqualified.
Right.
And you then have to back away from it. So if I say to you, how do you use left-handed widgets? And you say, I don't use that left-handed widget. Well, fine, get out of the way so I can find somebody that does.
Right.
You laugh, I laugh, you get out of the way, and next.
Right.
I enjoy doing that. Plus, with my writing skills, I will put all of their collateral material, I'll put their backdrop copy in present tense, in call to action. So it's and I do it right now. I am doing it for a Chinese female chiropractor. I am doing it for I've got 3 or 4 different verticals that I'm working in. For a medical equipment guy, I'm doing it for. I just took a shipping and packing company to the Texas Restaurant Association show, which I've done 5 times over the last 20 years.
Okay. All right. So if somebody wanted to get your book or whatever the case may be, this one is not out yet, is it?
Yes, it is on Amazon.
Okay.
Now we're gonna have watch my Facebook, watch my LinkedIn, because we're gonna have some specials over the Thanksgiving, Black Friday, what is it, Saturday, Small Business Saturday, and then Cyber Monday.
Right.
So we're gonna have some special offers that will give you some really great opportunities to get this book at a very, 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 very good price.
Right. How much is the book now? If I have to get it on a discount, like
$14.95.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I
all
mean,
right.
it's and you can also get it as an ebook.
Okay.
So it's a Kindle. So and you can go to HyattIves.com, or you can go to Hyatt Ives on Amazon.
Okay.
And it will pull up my page with both of these books on it. And we're hoping on the Thanksgiving weekend to get enough purchases to where we are going to. What I want to end Thanksgiving weekend is a Amazon #1 bestseller.
Okay. So here's the thing. So what products and services are not good for expos?
Well, if I can take a tattoo removal doctor to a tattoo convention and get her business, there ain't nothing.
Right. You say that. That sounds good, but that makes sense, because if I want somebody, when you look at the tattoo removal, I look at it like a standpoint of I'm now setting up a brand new canvas because I have a butchered tattoo.
No. What I'm trying to say is, I look for people. I look to take people into situations where you don't think you're going to find them. You know,
Right.
I took a packing and shipping company to the restaurant show.
Is it Packinson?
Packing and shipping.
Right. Is it Packinson, the company?
Pack and ship, yeah.
With Sue?
Um,
You know Sue from Packinson, right?
Oh no! It's not that one.
Okay,
This
all right.
it's another one
Okay.
down in the Sugar Land area.
Okay.
But it's an ancillary function to you. You expect the restaurant show to have furniture, to have food. So what's a packing and shipping company? Well, guess what? The vendors that have cheese, that have meat, that have all sorts of foods that they get in large quantities and then have to sub-package.
Right, right.
So I look to find the best opportunities for my clients to get maximum return on investment
Okay.
from the trade shows.
All right. Well, if you could tell people how to contact you and how to get your book and the whole nine.
Hyatt at HyattIves.com, and that's H-I-E-T-T. Sounds like the hotels, but it's just spelled differently. Fabulous spelling. Great-great-great-grandmother's maiden name. H-I-E-T-T at HIETTIVES.com. Hyatt at HyattIves.com. You can call me at 832-372-6900. At 832-372-6900. And you can find me on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and I got a couple of others, but I don't use those.
Not a problem. I'm gonna give you guys a fun fact about Hyatt. I don't even know if he remembers how he met me. I actually became friends with Hyatt on Facebook, and then like 2 days later, he was there, right? And I was at a networking event, and I was like, man, I just friended you on Facebook, and that's literally how we became friends, and we've been friends for some years now. So, hey, everybody give it up for Hyatt Ives. All right, so you know what? It is lunchtime, and we do a lunchtime mix from the hottest DJ on this side of the Mississippi, DJ Generation. You know what? This is a motivational show, and I want to motivate you guys with some good listening music during your lunchtime. I got some people that we're going to end the show with, some events that we're going to talk about, and another guy that's been on the show before, and he's just doing a follow-up. You do not want to miss the second half of the show, and actually, you're not going to turn away because the music is going to be so good. Step Up Radio, self-discipline, talent, experience, and purpose will unleash your potential. We're right here in the legendary studios of Kcoh TV, The Boost. Trey, hit him with a mix. We'll be right back.
DJ Generation.
Thank you, Ken, sir.
Yes, sir.
That was good.
Let's take a picture real quick.
All right.
Yeah. I've been moving calm, don't start no trouble with me. Trying to keep it peaceful is a struggle for me. Don't pull up at 6 a.m. to cuddle with me. You know how I like it when you loving on me. I don't wanna die for them to miss me. Yes, I see the things that they wishing on me. Hope I got some brothers that outlive me. They gon' tell the story was different with me.
Sir.
All right.
God's
You
plan.
share the link out on
God's
social.
Okay.
I hope that sometimes I won't.
Hey.
Will do.
I feel good, sometimes I don't. Hey, no. I finesse down Western Road. Hey,
All right.
might go down to
Nice to meet you.
GOG.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I go hard on Southside G. Yeah, wait. I make sure that Northside E.
Y'all switch it up in here, huh? Check.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I see, got new microphones, everything.
Bad things.
It's all different.
It's a lot of bad things that they wish and
Yeah,
they
that was
wish
the
and
new
they
board.
wish and they wish.
I see you got a new board.
Cleaned all that out the way. They cleaned out a bunch of wires.
Bad things. It's
That's
a
good
lot
stuff.
of bad things that they wish
That's good
and
stuff.
they
What's
wish
up
and
with
they
you?
wish.
Progression. Man, I'm just taking it easy right now. Trying to get some things in order so I can make my next move. That's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more. Gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna
Yeah, that's my
ride
playlist.
till I can't
Because I was like, oh my god,
horses in the back.
when is this over?
I want that bush though.
I should have
I want that bush.
Riding on a horse, you can whip your Porsche. I've been in the valley, you ain't been up off that porch now. Can't nobody tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. Can't nobody tell me nothing.
I want to read it. I want to see you say it.
Right.
Riding on the track, ball in my butt, cheated on my baby. You can go and ask her. My life is a movie, but riding in
Hey, is that okay? If you want me to do it again, I just want to make sure you're good. You said what now? Yeah. Yeah, come on. That ain't no problem. All right. Okay. All right. Oh no, you good. You good. I'll do another drop for you. All right. Yes, ma'am. All right. Come on. Hey, make me hot. Step Up Radio, KCOH TV, The Boost, your lunchtime mix, DJ Generation. Come on, let's get it.
I like diamonds, I like stunning, I like shining, I like $1 million deals. Where's my pen? I'm signing. I like those Balenciagas, the ones that look like socks. I like going to the Tula, I put rocks all in my watch. I like texts from my exes when they want a second chance. I like proving wrong, I do what they say I can. They call me Cardi, banging body, spicy mommy, hot tamale, hotter than a Somali. Bird, crow, Ferrari, hop up the stoop, jump in the coupe, hit the bar on top of the roof, flexing on as hard as I can, eating halal, driving a lamb, so that I'm sorry though.
Hey, did you put the copyright stuff on there?
Yeah, they call me Cardi B, I run this
they still
like
gonna do
cardio.
There was a couple of them where
They just muted it for a moment.
there was a couple of them where they, I guess they reviewed it, or something.
And then they let it go. Yeah.
They were like old videos. But the stuff they need like 30 seconds or however long.
Right.
It'll get played.
Right.
And it's only during the mixes or breaks. So anytime you guys are talking about it, that's still
I ain't hear the last part.
when y'all are talking, that's still
Yeah.
Don't get lost in my crib. Wait till the jig just a quit. Oh, you thought that was it? I'ma be bigger than big. Yeah, you know what it is. Here I go. Put 'em up, there I go. Put 'em up. That was then. This is now. This was show. Let 'em know. Here I go. Put 'em up, there I go. Put 'em up. That was then. This is me.
Every night. Every night. I have broken sleep at least twice a night. That's at least. That's if I can get them to do it at the same time. Most of the time, right when one finish, the other one wakes up. Yeah. So that way I can stay up and keep going and go knock it on out. But yeah, I can almost count on waking up right behind it. It's tough when they do it at the same time. That's when it's hard.
Alright, hey, so Christian, what you trying to talk about today?
I don't know.
Well, you can definitely come hang out. That ain't no problem, man.
That's what I said.
Right.
I think he came from more something.
Actually, we can talk about the aftermath. We talk about the campaign and how everything went. And, I didn't lose. I want to just thank everybody for supporting and how no matter what goes on, like I promised the community, win, lose or draw, you still have one Christian in your corner because I'm out of work. It don't stop.
Gotcha. So
I figured we was gonna freestyle a little bit,
Oh yeah. Oh, you came on a Monday too, didn't you? Yes. We killed it last Monday. Was you in this last?
No, it wasn't last Monday. It was the Monday before that.
Right.
Yeah, it was the Monday before that.
We killed this past Monday.
Last Monday. No, that wasn't. Was that the day? No. Cause what day did I come in and they was doing work? They was working.
That was last week sometime.
That was last week.
Yeah.
That wasn't Monday though. No. That was Tuesday or something like that.
When I tell you we killed it this last Monday.
Who was with you?
This
The guy?
bitch.
Yeah,
spits,
spits,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
We killed it. Sometimes you just hit.
Y'all got a good rapport. Y'all got,
Yeah.
Y'all got good chemistry.
Hey,
Turn on my L's and my blessings. See the whip pulling up, it's like skirt. Dream pulling up, I'm like skirt. I'm living my best life. It's my birthday, at least that's what I'm dressed
I'm
like.
like Big Pop mixed with Tupac. I'm like Machiavelli.
I'm excited about the record breaking that you, the Guinness Book and feel about the right there now with that.
yeah, come on.
I'm be there.
What people don't really realize is that right there is literally about to do damage from a standpoint of
That's a network breeding, right?
When I talk to you about,
Right.
when I show you how I'm about to pull that with this Guinness,
Right.
you'll be in such a lovely position.
I'm ready, dog. I'm ready, because I honestly, that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm honestly, what I'm taking this time to do is find my way. It's to find exactly what it is I'm going to pour my energy into, what it is I'm going to pour it all into, and how I'm going to make it all come together so that it can be great.
Yo,
Because
oh,
I'm not going to have to do nothing.
hold on, that's that boy Toby. What you all about? Hey, Basic Live. Step Up Radio right here, Houston on Toby. Let's get it. DJ Generation, Kcoh TV, the booth. Come on.
So I spit fire, no extinguisher.
Come
My
on.
judge teach fancy people to make her a bilingual.
Yeah.
Speaker, keep up, I teach her to aim right with that thing. If you out your britches,
Yeah, I was on Toby with nobody on Toby.
Where you gonna be at?
Like a license plate, you're goofy and blues. You can press your button to get you eating like microwaves. Oh, you might just need to meditate, get your mind out there, vegetators.
It depends on where it's going to be. I'll probably go. If it's at the Revenge, I'll probably go.
Hey, Mike, you next. Come on.
I'm up.
Yeah,
Okay.
you'll be up on the mic.
Let's go!
When I show you how we about to run this play with Guinness, to where everybody that's entourage is
I'm ready, man. Ready to do it.
Yeah. Oh, is she here? Okay. Hey, so we about to. What you gotta do after this? Oh, we need you to stay. The TV people right here. We about to be on TV.
As long as I can get to Mason by 4, we good. Mason, get my baby by 4.
Oh, you got time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm chilling. Go home and cook.
Your wife went back to work.
She don't want the twins right now. She don't go back until February. First February.
You got a nice overtime.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, she was on leave early because she was on bed rest, so that automatically put her on leave. But yeah, they gave her a nice little time. And then it don't hurt that a week of her maternity, maternity, I'm talking about mine. A week
Christmas
of
and
Thanksgiving, yeah.
So that don't even
It
count.
don't hurt. It don't count at all.
That's 3 weeks actually.
Exactly. That's why I was about to say a week in November, then 2 weeks in December.
So she good.
Yeah.
Go, girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it worked out good.
What's up, family?
Revenge, okay.
That's what I'm talking Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
fell in love with big wheels, quick thrills. My niggas running tip drills, can't sit still. Don't give a f if it kills, it mix well. I'm only counting big bills, big bills. I fell in love with big wheels and quick thrills. My niggas running tip drills.
Oh, girl, get out of here.
Don't give a f if it kills, it mix well. I'm only counting.
Your wife in the crib, me and the kids liquid gold. We in a whole different mode. Kid that used to pitch bricks can't be pigeonholed. I cooked up more chicken when the kitchen closed. We gon' reach a Billy first. I told my wife the spiritual shit really works. Alhamdulillah, I run through them all. Police home, all these phonies come to a halt. All this old talk left me confused. You rather be old rich me or new you? And old news. I stop back and brand new like Tupac ain't have a nose ring too. Nobody wins when the family feuds, but my stash can't fit in the Steve Harvey suit. I'm clear while I'm here, how about you? Ain't no such thing as an ugly billionaire, I'm cute. Pretty much, if anybody getting handsome checks, it should be us. Rap. Nah, we did that. Black-owned things, 100% black-owned champagne, and we merrily eating off these strains. Y'all still drinking Perrier Jouet. We ain't getting through to you yet, What's better than 1 millionaire? 2. Especially if I'm the same you as you. Y'all stop me when I stop telling the truth.
I'm kind of pretty today. Today, so we got raining, I was wet, I was you. Today I'm looking, you got my makeup on.
Girl, you silly.
That's fine.
All right.
DJ Khaled. You keep taking me higher, higher. But don't you know that the devil is a liar? I know they'd rather see me down, put my soul in the fire. But we keep going higher, higher. My granny 88, she had my uncle in there. A miscarriage back to back every year for like 10. Pregnant with my mom, doctor told her it was slim. It's better off for 9 months, we gave birth in the end. Pop star 60, he proud what he done. In one generation, he came from Africa young. He said he met my mom's at the Century Club. Los Angeles love, kinda like Hustle and Bud. Money turned 10, cross turned 2. Starting to see this light from a bird's view. We the ones that made millions off the curve, fool in this rap. Never made no
I thought this was on the way in. Big shout out to Willie Adolph. Speaking of Willie, my man, 100 grand.
But don't you know that the devil is a liar? I know. They'd rather see me down, put my soul in the fire. But we keep going
KCOH TV, The Booth. This is Step Up Radio. It's Wealth Building Wednesdays. And so I do want to give a shout out. I got a couple of people I do want to give a shout out to. I want to give a shout out to Pat. Pat is usually calling in and on every other week. This is the week that he's not calling in, but he's telling us about Forex and trading and what that looks like. So it's always good to get great information from somebody knowledgeable, and that literally can take you by the hand and help you make money. That's why this is Wealth Building Wednesdays. Big shout out to Willie Adolph. Willie was actually on the phone with me on the way in, and I don't even think I've ever been on the phone with Willie and we wasn't laughing about something. So he and I was laughing. He's not going to be able to make it this week. Hopefully we'll have him back next week. And again, Sharita Humphreys. Sharita Humphreys is literally helping people build wealth from Houston all the way to New York City. Sharita Humphreys is about to be on a show right there in New York. She literally is on Wealth Wednesdays with Angela Yee and Stacy Tisdale. They're going to be talking about building credit and things like that. She's literally here with me every Wednesday, one of the co-hosts of Wealth Building Wednesdays, and a financial guru. If you have a business and you're literally trying to get your stuff together, to have her in your corner is absolutely advantageous for you. So just wanted to put that out there. Now, the person that I have up to the mic right now is a person that you've seen me on videos with this guy. Me and this guy got real close real quick because of my man that's 100 grand. Big shout out to Henry Bradford. I almost said something else. You already know.
What's up, Earl?
Right. I was literally, I've been calling Earl for I don't know how long, and we were on a set and somebody said, "Did Henry give you?" I was like, "Who?" Like, I felt like Mike Jones. I was like, "Who is Henry?" And I was mad, offended, and appalled that they was calling my man 100 grand Henry, but that's literally his name. I had no idea. But big shout out to Henry Bradford. Henry brought us together. You were running for council member of District D at the time.
Correct.
So we've done a couple of different things together. We did one big interview, and then you called into the station because you saw somebody that had resources that helped people build their homes, and then we went out in the community right here in District D to literally try to help people rebuild their homes. Now, you were running, so tell us what happened, Mark.
You're right, man. It came together all really, really fast, and it's a good thing because it was all genuine. Everything worked out well, like you said. Shout out to my man Earl, Big Henry. What's up?
Right.
Shout out to Henry. But I was called in one time because I heard you on the radio with my man Ray.
Ray
Hernandez and Allure Home Designs, and me and Ray have built a relationship since that day as well. So we've been out in the community quite a bit. We went out and helped a few people in the community start the process to get their homes not rebuilt, but to get it updated or to get some things fixed in their homes that needed to be fixed. Like, we have people in our community that are living with leaky roofs. We have people in our community that are living with they can't even secure their doors like they're supposed to be able to secure because of maybe foundation issues or something like that, and it's causing them to not be safe at night. So he's coming in and fixing those type of things. I do know he's working with a lady, an older lady in 3rd Ward who has, she needed ramps. So he's putting ramps in her house. But when we started talking about the ramps, he was like, well, let me look at your restroom. He said, well, we can do this to your restroom so it can make it easier for you to be able to take a bath and take a shower and things like that. I was like, wow, we just came for ramps and it already escalated to something else.
Absolutely.
So he went above and beyond to help the lady have a better standard of living in her home so that she can have easier time taking a bath or taking a shower or just using the restroom. You know, because those are the type of things that me and you right now, we take for granted because we able to do everything because we still have our youth and we still have our health, and older people can't do those type of things as easily. So he made it easier for her to be able to take a shower and do stuff like that. But pretty much it's just been, everything's been good since me and you connected, man.
Right,
except the fact that I didn't win the election, of course. But just because I didn't win the election don't mean I didn't win, because I won.
Right.
I didn't win the election, but I won. You understand where I'm coming from?
Absolutely.
Because it was really good. The community know who I am. They know what I'm for. They know what I mean, and they know what I want to do for our community. So even though the portion that I am with the election going on is over, my phone still rings on a regular.
Right.
You know, and it's like, hey Marlon, can you guide me in this direction? Hey Marlon, can you help me with this? Hey Christian, how you doing? You know, and things like that. And it's really a great thing. I had the other day, excuse me, as you know, I just had twins.
Yes.
So we took the twins out to go take their first pictures.
Okay.
They went to go take their first pictures, and we walk in, and I'm pushing, and the lady say, hey, you're Christian. And I was like, yes, ma'am. And she was like, those are the twins. And she shot by me like I wasn't even standing there no more.
You don't exist now. We have twins. Like one baby will scratch you off the tab. Right. Two babies will scratch you off the planet. You know what I mean? Like you don't even exist anymore.
So, but it was really good to for her to be able to walk up to me, and she knew who I was. I didn't know who she was, so she introduced herself to me, and we talked for a few minutes, and then I go back and looked at my Facebook, and I can see where she had sent me a few encouraging words a few times, and y'all don't know how much that really means to have those encouraging words to be coming through. They are so important because that was so tough for me to do. It's the first time I ever did anything like that. I had to get out of my comfort zone. I had to go and do something that I've never even seen done before.
Right.
But I'm glad that I did it. I'm so glad that I did it.
Dude, you got to do it. I was just talking to somebody, and as I was talking about earlier, I was just talking to somebody, and I said, look, even if you go and screw up, you know what to expect next time.
Right.
And
right.
you was dope enough to go the first time. Right.
Right.
So as we evolve in that progression of who we are now, if you dope enough to be there right now, go and see the mechanics of everything, know that, hey, I wasn't prepared for this, and this. I can train different next time, right? I know I need to practice twice as hard next time for the big game. I see that they're playing on a whole nother level, but sometimes you got to see it and experience it and go and fail, and everybody who's done anything in life failed first.
Right. You know, honestly, I have to say, man, that probably was the best thing at this time.
Right.
Not happy that I lost, but that probably was the best thing at this time. Who knows what would have happened had I won my first time around?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I may really fumble the ball in.
Right.
You know, because I wasn't totally prepared.
Right.
I wasn't totally prepared, and a good friend of mine told me that you got to have the 5 P's.
What's that?
Proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Okay.
So that's what he told me I need to make sure I have. So that's what I've been doing this whole time. Like right now, I'm taking this time to really, really get to know my twins. I'm taking this time to spend more time with my baby Mason, because I lost a lot of time with them when I was running on the campaign. I didn't see my 7-year-old very much, except for during the morning when we had breakfast, and then I would take her to school. But after that, by the time I got home in the evening, she was already in bed. So I'm taking this time to really just spend time with them, to get to know them, and to just have open communication with my 7-year-old, so that we can, try to move to the next level. Like today, we'll be home, and she'll help me cook dinner, because I'm the cook in the house, y'all.
Okay, all right.
So she'll help, she'll help me cook dinner and things like that, just to try to advance her skills and also advance our communication between me and her, so that I don't want her to feel left out just because we got freshman twins in the house, and try to make her a part of everything, so that she'll know that
absolutely
we haven't forgot about you.
Right.
So yeah, that's the main things that I'm doing right now. I'm putting together a few things that I plan to dive head first into for the community, so that we can just step up, like you say, man, step up.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what I'm here to do. I promised the community when I first started running for this thing, no matter if I won or if I lost or if I had a draw, you guys were gonna get Marlon Christian, and you guys have Marlon Christian. So almost everybody out there know my phone number. So if you need something or you need help with something, give me a call. If I don't have the answer, trust me, I will find the answer for you. I can help you with almost anything. So just let me know what I can help you with. Let me know how we can come together as a unit. But don't forget, when I call on you, I'm gonna need you to answer that phone too.
Right.
Because we definitely need help out here in the community. I can't do all this by myself. I can help you do things, but when it's time to come together, you need to be able to help me, put together different things like my friend Ava is doing. She's having a break the silence thing, and so with all that going on, I want to be a part of that, and I want other people to come along and be a part of that. You can't say you want to be a part of the solution if you're not willing to get your feet, wet or get your hands dirty. I got a good buddy of mine. He's a barber, Gerard Jones Barbershop. He's having a bike drive coming up next month. And I'm gonna be a part of that along with him. So, he doesn't even live in our community, but he always giving back to our community. Well, his business is in our community, but he gives back to our community on a regular.
Right.
This is what he do. So, he reached out to me. He said, hey man, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. We come together. He has it all pretty much funded the thing on himself, on his own.
Mm-hmm.
So all we needed to do was prepare it, and they'll be able to put it on a boat and deliver it like it needs to be delivered. But that'll be coming up, I want to say it's shortly after Ava's thing. It's a couple days right after that. So, it's going to be a busy rest of this year for me, But
and in the beginning of the year, you coming to the Guinness thing,
at
right?
the beginning of the year, I'll be right there at the Guinness. I'll be right there.
Hey, listen
I'll
to
be
me.
right there.
This whole thing that we doing is implementing the mindset of record breakers.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
Anything that you've done in your life, the best that you've done it, I want you to break that record. It's not about taking everybody else out. Gary Vee said something that literally stuck with me. He said, you know what, if we looked at business like a building, I want to create the biggest building in the world.
Right.
Now, here's the thing. Most people create the biggest building in the world by trying to knock everybody else's building down. I would literally want to be in awe of everybody else's building, see the value of that building, and still build the biggest bit. That means I'm just building with zero
Everywhere.
hate.
I'm telling you.
Zero
I'm telling
hate.
you.
Like I'm like, man, you go ahead and do that. I love what you're doing, but we still dope.
Right.
You know what I mean? So man, hey, love the fact that you back on the show. You literally sound better now that you're not running than when you was running. Like I'm ready to vote again. You know what I'm saying?
You know, like I say, it's no more pressure. You know, it's
Right,
no more
right,
pressure.
right.
And then I've learned so much. I've learned so much in that short time. I didn't win, but it was a confidence booster more than anything. And not to mention, I got a little bit of rest since the
Right.
I got a little bit of rest. You know, I've been able to get a little bit of sleep, even though I have twins, but I've been able to get a little bit of rest. So I feel refreshed. I'm ready to run, man.
Okay.
I'm ready.
All right. Hey, we got some stuff that you and I gonna work on together.
Okay.
And we gonna run together. Hey, this is Kcoh TV The Boost. Everybody give it up for Marlon Christian. You know, Marlon actually brought somebody about this whole Break the Silence event that's going down. We were literally talking to, I believe, her grandma about doing some things at her house. So, you know, we're going to talk to Abel when we come back. Hey, Step Up Radio, Nolan Davis with my production manager, Trey Wade, is the dopest on this side of town. So, Trey, hit him with a little something. Hey, come on over here, Abel.
I leave this thing everywhere. How you doing? I'm Marlon Christian. It's nice to meet
Messing with them. I'm not messing with them. It's really her, the one with the braids back there.
She gives in every time that I spin. Square up, bow down to the kings of the hall. We gon' talk while we ball. So what's cracking with y'all?
Made in New York, the slick talker, keep in order. Call up reporter, stepping like British walkers, legendary swag, fluency, the influence. See how we do it. Get him into it steadily. Got him stupid, so undisputed. Act full, back soul, till they pop off. Police crowd up the street, blocking them off, locking them off. Got these wildin' while I signal my soldiers. Bossing it up, maintaining composure, stand on the sofa. 30 bottles, 20 waitresses, bring them over. See how we do it. Call a promoter, tell that. Bring the bag, better hurry up with it and count the money up proper, cause you can get it. Yeah. I feel good, don't it? I feel good, don't it?
They play this, they just play the original in Chicago. Everybody be out there like, hey!
Saddle up and let's go. Good times, only difference, making it dope. Chatter results, pick the way we batter it up.
Are they?
The mountain, pull the ladder up.
Is it gospel?
Yeah. Because your status is none. Transfix on the sticks on the page. Whether chopper or gauge, you just a fool because you wouldn't engage. Turned up, put the script in the cup. You keep the goddess with us.
I'm not tripping on it, but in all reality,
Taking the medication is already through him.
he's not totally stable.
Okay.
And he feels nothing wrong with Kardashians. As long as he don't embarrass him, she don't let him do whatever he wants to do. Now, we ain't talking about, it was our recall slavery and all that. She made him retract stuff. So, you know when he done did something.
Right.
So, my thing is, who is looking out for his well-being? I'm not against him. Great. Can't make peace and all that. Because to me, you always deal with peace. Because people forget Jesus walking flying across the sky and all this stuff. Like, so, I'm not tripping on that part, but who is really looking out for his well-being? Because a lot of stuff he do, that's from you not thinking at all. You know,
Yeah.
So I think most of it stems from him not dealing with his mom passing.
Exactly.
That's where
and
Oh, yeah,
honestly,
that's
I
what
think he's been bipolar, but his mama kept it in control. Once his mama died, that was a wrap. He thought
What's your last name?
Carter.
Carter.
It should be something.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Step Up Radio, KCOH TV, The Boost. Man, we were sitting here talking to Marlon Christian, and Marlon was giving us some information of, some of the things that he's doing in the community. They're saying that he's going to keep going. He actually got a resource from listening to one of our shows, and man, one of those people I actually met as we were out knocking on doors, trying to see who needs some help. And so I want to give a shout out, or actually have everybody up in the studio give it up for Ava Carter. Hey, Miss Ava, how are you today?
I'm well, thanks.
All right, all right. Now you have an event going on, and we're going to be talking about this event up until December 7th. But it's called Break the Silence. What is that all about?
So I host a youth council in the community. It consists of like 10 to 12 youth members of the community. And last year, each one of them was affected by gun violence in some type of way. One of them, brother got killed after getting off the school bus. One of them, cousin got killed. And then we were at our group home where we typically meet at to go out and give out inspirational quotes to our neighbors. And we had to come back in because helicopters are everywhere. Somebody just got shot a block over from us. And they decided, hey, this is what we want to do. This is how we want to do it. So they took a 5-week training over the summer. Like, they got up every Friday at 10 o'clock to take this training because they were so passionate about ending gun violence or trying to reduce the crime rate in our area. So they did their first rally on the first Saturday of December last year, and this is their second one. Like, they want the community together. They want you guys together, stakeholders, community leaders, police officers, the works. They want everybody there. So we are sponsored by Dwight Boykins, which is our current city council member. But his presence wasn't there, and they want his presence there. The sponsorship is great, but we want you guys' presence there because they want you to know that we have a voice too. And we want y'all to know that we are sick and tired of seeing our young people getting killed every day. Just last night alone, you could hear like 10, 12 gunshots in our neighborhood. And so this is our way of giving to the community, saying, hey, come together, come join us, help support this movement to bring an end or even just reducing gun violence.
Got you. So as you talk about some of the people that you want, you got sponsorships. What people are you looking for that you think that would make a difference? And what type of things are you trying to implement as well?
The mayor will make a difference if he show up. The police chief will make a difference if he show up. Our local city council member will make a difference. Other council members in other districts will make a difference. We need to collaborate together on how we can address this issue because it's not just in the greater OST South Union area. It's all over Houston. How are we going to address this issue? We have, the community is speaking, we have a voice and we want to be heard, but we need the right people to hear us. We can't no longer complain to our neighbor. That's not getting us anywhere.
Right.
We have city council, we have city club meetings that we meet every month. We have steering committee meetings, we meet twice a month. Like, come out, gather with us, hear our voices.
Okay, now, but this is a good time. It's not just about sitting down talking. So you literally can come out and have a good time. I see it's a gift card raffle. We got food trucks out there. It says right here, Marlon Christian is going to bust out the moonwalk. Oh, wait, no, moonwalk kids zone, never mind. The kids zone, family friendly, prizes and fun, right?
Right, and I would also like to give a shout out to Niecy Hamilton. She was one of the District D runner-ups as well. She's going to come out and help support the event. So we have other people in the area who's really trying to do something. Like you said, we're going to have raffles, we're going to have moonwalks, food trucks, vendors. People are going to be out there selling jewelry, paparazzi. Like, it's not just all serious. We're going to have some fun stuff too, but we're also going to have speakers. We have a guy out, he's coming out, he's going to speak about how he was personally affected by gun violence because he was shot several times. Right? We're going to have another lady come out and speak about how she's working with the community with gun violence. So we'll have several speakers out as well, and one of our youth is going to do a poem that he wrote.
Okay, all right. So what is the feel good for this whole thing? I know we got the food trucks. I know we're gonna have to sit down and have the hard talk. What are we walking away with? How can we make it to where people are feeling better about what we're doing and trying to implement something?
We want to walk away with knowing that it doesn't end here.
Okay.
We want people to follow us on with this movement because it's not just once a year, right? It's an all-year movement.
Okay.
And we want people to get more involved with the community and with us on the different things we have going on. So the Breaking the Silence rally is a part of the Safety Initiative Go team that we have.
Okay.
And I'm also the head of that as well. We have, like we spoke before, about the purple tables we have out in the community yards. So what the purple tables are, someone sees this table in your yard, right? Mm-hmm. They know that this is a safe meeting space. Whether it's domestic violence, gun violence, spousal, whatever the case may be, even mental health issues. We know I can come here and get resources that I need. And it's just going to be between me and that person, right?
Right.
So that initiative is going on, and we want more people to be, it's called safety, but you consider it a block captain. So each block, we want a block captain. And the block captains get this table put in their yard. Mm. So we want more community members in 77021 to come out to this event, hear what we got going on, and become a part of the movement.
Okay. All right. So for those people that want to participate, where do they go? What time do they call somebody? Can they have like a vendor's table? Because we talk to a lot of business owners, and we have a lot of business owners that listen. So, how can people get involved?
They can email me at acarter@nrcdc.org.
You said A-Carty who?
A-Carter. Ava, but A-Carter@nrcdc.org.
At nrcdc.org. Okay, all right.
On this flyer, you have my contact information, or they can register at Sign Up Genius and look for NRCDC. Just go to Sign Up Genius and NRCDC.
NRCDC.
They can also find me on Volunteer Houston. So you go onto Volunteer Houston website and you go Neighborhood Recovery Community Development Corporation, and you'll find me up under there as well.
All right.
And they can also phone me.
Right, and your number is 713-520-5232. Again, that number is 713-520-5232. Miss Ava, is there anything you want to say before you go?
Come out, support your community, get involved. I can't say that enough. Your voice matters. We're trying to break the silence against gun violence.
All right, everybody give it up for Ava Carter. Ava, she's out here trying to break the silence. It is a lot of gun violence, and I literally, and I know this sounds bad, but I'm from Chicago, so I personally, when I first got here to Houston, I was really in 5th Ward walking around, and I promise you, I was walking around like, this is nice out here, right? Really? Compared to Chicago, like, I don't think y'all know where I'm from. So I was walking around, I literally got on the phone, and somebody said, boy, you in 5th Ward. I was like, Ghetto Boys 5th Ward? This is where they grew up? I was like, so when it comes to gun violence, I'm probably used to a whole nother level.
It's crazy you would say that. I was listening to Facebook last night, and they had a post from the news station in Chicago, and it was like, oh, this is the first night this year that they didn't have a shooting reported.
Right. Yeah. It's absolutely crazy, but I'm telling you, it's and not negating anything, right? All of it is horrible. But I'm telling you, if you all's is just like ours, I get it, but y'all's look totally better than ours. Like, I'm telling you, when you walk through 5th Ward, I was just like, this is the hood? Like, I was like, is this the hood? Like, man. So, hey, I absolutely appreciate the people that put things in place to make places better, right? So, I definitely tip my hat to you. Let's give it up for Ava once more. Absolutely. Now, every day is somebody's birthday. And I have a lot of Facebook friends. And so what we try to do is make sure we celebrate everybody's birthday. It's your birthday. Come on. It's your birthday. Hey, I want to give a big happy birthday shout out to my brother Will. I believe today he made 82 years old. He's my oldest brother, like the oldest brother I have. No, really, he made, well, I mess with him all the time. He made 48 today. Big shout out to Will. Marilyn Douglas Jones, happy birthday. Joseph Petrie, happy birthday. Anastasia Chappelle, happy birthday. Eddie Swanson, happy birthday. Michelle Dye, happy birthday. Lynette Crawley, MJ Smith, Christy Love, Victor Allen, and Adam Jackson. Happy birthday to you guys. I want to give you guys a big birthday shout out right here from Step Up Radio, Kcoh TV, The Boost. Hey, we're gonna listen to a little bit of music. I'm gonna come back with a very good friend of mine. She was here just not long ago. She has an event that's going on. She has a TV show as well. So I'm gonna put on my suit jacket, put my tie on, make sure that I have everything up to par the way I need to. Because, you know, radio and T, they told me I had a face for radio, and this is where I am right now. So I feel good about it. This is Step Up Radio, Kcoh TV, The Boost. I'm Nolan Davis. We're going to be back with Monique White in a little bit. Hey, Trey, hit him with a little something. Really, come on over here.
You up? Batter up.
I did a lot. I did a
Or watch party? Okay. Yeah, it's a little bit different. I told you we got new. We getting ready for some new stuff.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, she goes.
Okay.
Can I bring this stuff? Oh, no. What we talking about today?
I don't know whatever I feel like.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah.
Troy, you can't cut my makeup. You can't cut my makeup.
Your bitch. Yes, Lacey.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hey, so this Woo. That's real hip hop right there. Your hair was sticking to probably bobbing your head to
What is your question?
I forgot that just happened. Oh, today we talking about the Guinness Day.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Yes, and when I did my show Saturday, I said we'll be right back with a special guest. So when I start with you, we're back with my special guest. I told you guys I would be on station with me, but as you can see,
Right.
You know, yeah. So that I put that into that show when I did Saturday.
Sure.
So it's there.
Okay. Huh? Oh, okay. What's up?
What are you talking about? The show and December?
Yeah. We can talk about why you're here. Why you came back. We're about the video right now. If you want, it's totally up to you.
I'm asking you. This your house. When I sit right here, I can't dictate of what. This your house.
Okay.
When you at my house, I dictate.
Okay. All right.
Troy, don't cut.
Don't get it.
Right. One of those since we go back, way back.
10 seconds.
All right. Kcoh TV, The Boo, Step Up Radio. I just came back and I was trying to tell Marlon Christian to stop giggling over in the corner in the studio. I'm right here live with Miss Monique White. Everybody give it up for Monique. Hey, what's going on with you, lady?
Nothing at all. It's not raining today, so that's a plus.
Absolutely, absolutely. The sun is shining. It's beautiful outside. I don't know if we can say that for all the people back at home in Chicago, because my auntie was pissed off earlier this week because it was snowing. Right, that's why. Yeah, because it was snowing. Yes. But we are right here in the heart of Houston, Texas. And so you have the TV show, and you actually came here to video a segment of the TV show with me.
Yes, because you were not able to be in the station with me on Saturday.
I was not. I was literally out of town. We was in Arizona. I want to give a big shout out to Jane Empowers. Jane is she did a phenomenal class, and I really wanted to take some classes and refine some things on this big deal that I'm about to do with Guinness. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to literally be at the top of my game, and sometimes you gotta, push the envelope a little bit on the education that you have, and she is a master speaker. She literally helps speakers get to the next level. So you guys are really gonna enjoy what we're doing January 18th. But
I'm looking forward to it.
You have something big coming up in December.
Yes, Lord.
Yes, Lord. I need you to talk a little. Like you can tell the weight of the event is starting to come down, right? It's just starting to come down. But tell us what you're doing once again.
I am doing my yearly Our Life TV show and Friends Christmas Give Back, but this year I'm doing it in my hometown, Bobosis, Louisiana.
Okay, all right. So how many would paint the picture of the event? Because there's so many questions I could ask. That's why I stopped and just said, just paint the picture of the event for us, please.
Well, basically, I have my own TV show here in Houston. I've been on TV for 9 years. So basically, I'm going back home to actually do a live show. I partnered with Samaritan Feet, where we're giving back 100+ pairs of tennis shoes to kids, along with partnering with Walmart. And in between all of that, we're going to give away some raffles, do some raffles as well.
Okay, all right. Now you guys are doing are you guys still doing the washing of the feet?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, with Samaritan Feet.
So Samaritan Feet, I've actually done some things with them before. They actually come out, take the old shoes off, the socks off, and they wash the feet of the kids. And it's really a symbol of being the hands and feet of Jesus. Mythica Pickett is one of the guys that really runs a lot of what Samaritan Feet does. And so he goes out from place to place, he gets volunteers, and it's really a life-changing event for a lot of kids to see an adult, stoop down or bend down and wash their feet. And it's something that they never, ever forget. So, for you to go back to your hometown and do that, now you're going to be filming a show there as well,
yeah,
correct?
I'm going to be doing a whole show. The show is all about giving back.
Okay.
So I have several people I'll be talking to, at least 6 or 7 of them as well. Shout out to Mythica, because I talked to him. It was like 11 o'clock last night. Hey, I'm not understanding your list, and he's in LA. And I'm like, so we talked last night about the shoes, because they're getting ready to order them to be shipped to Louisiana.
Okay.
So shout out to Sock Out Poverty, Miss Princess Jackson. She will be traveling with me. She is a 16-year-old that has owned her own business since the age of 9, where she gives back socks to homeless people all over the world. So she will be giving back the socks for that day as well.
Got you. Okay, all right. Now you're here, so we're gonna start doing some videoing and getting some segments together. You have your camera crew on their way.
Yes, they are.
Right. So we're literally filming in a studio, just not her studio, where she usually is all set up, and I've been on your show before. I want to thank you for letting me be on the show this time so we can talk literally about Guinness of what we have coming up in January. And now, you're going to be one of the speakers at Guinness, and you're going to be talking about mental health.
That is correct.
Okay, all right. So we're going to have a 10-minute speech on mental health. Now, when you say mental health, are you just talking about me because I'm crazy as hell, or what are we doing?
I'm talking about myself, my journey with my personal journey with mental health, along with my personal journey watching my mom go through mental illness.
Got you, okay. So a little bit more serious than just messing with me.
Yeah, no, well, I talk about you.
Because you always try to get in what you can get in when you can get it in.
I do it here.
Right, you do it. Right, exactly. So we're going to put you on the big stage. I literally was out looking at stages today as we refine the list of the 10 places that we're going to be. And it's absolutely amazing.
Where I'm going to be?
I think.
Are you able to tell me what side of town?
Not yet. Not yet. I want to see what side of town. What side of town do you want to be on? Do you want to be close?
This is your event.
Okay. All right.
I behave when I'm at other people's
I've never seen you behave. I've never seen you. I want to give a big shout out to Kim Mason because this is the person that was making outbursts on Divas Day. So I've never seen you behave.
I wanted a gift. That's all.
Right. You wanted a gift. That's all.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if people want to watch your show, I love that you came by. You came by early, so I was able to fit you in for what we had going on right now. If people want to watch your show, if people want to participate in what you got going on in December, and if people want to follow you for the Guinness event, how can they contact you?
You can always contact us at ourlivetvshow@gmail.com. So watch the show if you're in Houston, channel 99 AT&T U-verse, channel 17 Comcast in the Houston city limits, or you can do a live stream at hmstv.org wherever you are in the world, from your cell phone, laptop, iPad, wherever. You can follow us on all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. For Guinness as well, ourlivetvshow@gmail.com.
Okay.
And what other information you give us for Guinness that we need to have?
All right.
For the event in December, we're still looking for sponsors. So if you want to be a sponsor for this event, ourlivetvshow@gmail.com. If you would like to volunteer and travel to Louisiana, that's still open as well.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, hey, I want to appreciate you and literally thank you for coming out, making it that convenient for me to where you could just film for me right here. I've never seen you do that before, so I do feel special. I'm gonna tell you.
No, I've been to one of your events. Well,
No,
I
I'm
didn't
saying,
film.
right, that's what I'm saying, the film at my location, that's what I'm saying. I've never seen you do that before, so I'm literally telling you thank you. Hey, I want to give a big shout out before I forget to Mark Davenport. Mark had a big thing that he was doing literally last week. You're gonna have to wait. Yesterday. I got things going on right here. He had a big event yesterday, and it really went off really well. So I want to say congratulations. Absolutely proud of him. He's been doing what he's doing for a year, and I believe I'm going to be on his show real soon. He has a show right there on Facebook called Straight to the Top. So I want to give a big shout out to Mark Davenport. That is kind of like my big brother. Speaking of brothers, I got my little brother over here, Trey Wade. That's my production manager. Everybody give it up for Trey. All right. So, hey, we're going to go ahead and end this show. We got some lights, cameras, and action that's about to pop off. They are at the door right now.
Yes, they are.
Hey, I want to thank all of my guests for being on the show. We're right here in the heart of Houston, Kcoh HTV, The Boost. This is Step Up Radio. Tomorrow is Thinking Healthy Thursdays. So definitely tune in. We're here Monday through Friday from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock. So until next time, love to live to love, and be well.
You are